Gareth McAuley, pleasure having you on the score. Obviously, 80 caps for your country. Was it 9 goals as well? A legend, and exciting times for people of your hometown because you're back and you're doing some coaching with your local club.
Back home, it's been great being here. It's been great spending a bit of time without rushing in and out. Obviously strange times with COVID and that, but thankful for Larne to let me go into their bubble for a couple of weeks and get some coaching experience. It's been invaluable to me. Really enjoyed it, and I'm taking lots of good things away from it.
Well, that's the thing. I think there's been plenty of rumours, Gareth, as you well know, about you, Larne. Could he be back playing again? All the rest of it. You got people talking.
Yeah, I think there was a few bits out in social media. I think David McDade as well was stirring a few things up with locals. But sometimes that happens as a coach. A player goes down in training and somebody needs to step in so the session's not ruined. So that was more what it was. The playing days are long gone. I'm back educating myself, and that was a big thing. After I'd done my week on the A license in the summer, I'd popped in to see Gary, and I ended up sitting with Tiernan for a couple of hours and just talking football. And then from that, I was speaking to Gary, and he was like, "Oh, Tiernan wants to speak to you to see what you think," and it kind of just went from there. And I was looking for opportunities to coach as well, and I loved what Tiernan was saying. I know Gary, how much Gary loves football and what he's doing in the program and stuff. So kind of ticked all the boxes for me, which is great. And as I say, it's been brilliant that they've let me come into their bubble.
Is it a humbling experience in some ways? Because, the last times you've been coming back to Larne, you've been coming back as a Premier League footballer, as an international star. Now you're a coach starting out in your journey.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a journey. It's a whole new learning experience. Listen, if COVID wasn't about, I would be traveling all over the place. I was lucky enough that I played with players from all over the world and see how they are as players, and what I'm interested in is seeing how they were developed as players. So seeing what their coaching is like, what their development, their backgrounds are like, and I had kind of things lined up, which I obviously can't go and do because of the isolation period and where we are. So again, full circle, back in Larne. I didn't play for Larne as a player, but say my journey starting as a coach, and it's nice to be down here and learning off guys who are playing football in the right way, or playing football of how I would like it to be played, coach and all the theories behind it and stuff. So as I say, it's been invaluable for me being here for these couple of weeks.
I know you were at Larne's game at the weekend in their impressive victory over Crusaders. What did you make of that, and what are your thoughts on the Irish League? I know you keep an eye on it anyway, but has it changed in your mind from where it was when you first moved across the water to where it is now?
Yeah, I've been to a few games while I was over. I've done a bit of TV on the Crusaders Coleraine game the week before, and if you'd asked me that question before the Larne game, I would have said it's not really changed an awful lot. But I know it has, because I'm a keen supporter of local football. I think it's great. I think more kids should stay here and play the local game before they go to England, because it's a great grounding and fantastic learning experience, and a great tool that can go then and produce senior international players. But yeah, I'm very impressed with how Larne play. I like how they play. I like how they move the ball, patterns, find space, put teams under pressure, high press, retain possession, all these things. And listen, it's not just a turn up and play. From being behind the scenes and seeing how they prepare and seeing the detail that goes into every training session, it's how it is in England. It's in a way, listen, I can't comment on other Irish League clubs, but for me, it seems groundbreaking what they're doing here. And if they go and they start to put trophies on the table, hopefully they do this season and in the next couple of seasons, to start to dominate, then people will start to look at their model and try and chip in and try and copy. Because I think they're putting a structure in place that they can use to go and dominate the Irish League.
Very exciting for any Larne fan listening to you say that. In terms of coaching, was this something that was always in the back of your mind, one day I would like to do, or when did it start coming in? Because I'm aware that sort of post Euro 2016, about half a dozen of the Northern Ireland squad were going through coaching qualifications.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, right back when I was here, I used to go and do bits and pieces with Jim Grattan. When Jim was working for the association, or I went along with him and stuff. So I always had a keen interest in it. But I was one who had to focus just on playing rather than the playing and getting my coaching badges and stuff. So yeah, I've started the coaching a little bit later. But yeah, 6 of us went through it together, went through the B-nations together a few years ago. No fast track, no real help really from the association to do things quickly, because they do have a program, which is a good thing for me, because completed the B license fully, and I've gone and coached kids and learnt and kind of become comfortable coaching, because it's completely different to playing. You've got all the pictures in your head and you've got loads of stuff in your head, but when you become a coach, you have to get that out there. It's how you get it out and how you put it across to people and give them that knowledge. So it's a complete learning curve, complete new learning curve. But we enjoyed it. The boys that were on the B license, it was different for us all. Let's say completely new, but great to get through it, and great to get through it with your peers as well. It kind of helps you be a little bit more comfortable with it when you have to step in and speak.
Well, I'm glad to hear you had to do the dirty work, the hard work. Because you often get accused, don't you? Oh, they fast track those lads, don't they? But they haven't.
Yeah, no. There is a fast track. There is a fast track program, but we weren't able to get onto it, and we done it the hard way, if you like, done it the long way, put the hours in. But listen, that makes you a better coach, in my opinion. Now going on to the A license, where it's more tactical and stuff, and that they're maybe a little bit more comfortable than the B license, where you have to break it right down, because you're working with kids and you have to give them the real detail and stuff. But yeah, done it the long way, but it's been a better pathway for me.
That's almost like an analogy for your career, isn't it? You did it the hard way, but you got there.
Well, that's what I intend to do. If I do go in, say coaching or head coach or management or whatever, I want to be right. I want to do it, so I'll do it in small steps. You see lots of players just jumping in thinking they know everything and know everything about coaching just because they played, and it's not like that. It's like that. You need to learn. You need to educate yourself, and that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm here.
In terms of role models, then, who are the people that you're now drawing information or inspiration from that you've maybe played under or come up against but have a relationship with?
Everyone and anyone, to be honest. I was talking to the kids on the program yesterday, and I said to them, listen, if you stop learning in football, then you're done. As soon as you stop learning, as soon as you stop taking things on board, yes, you might have a different opinion, but everyone has an opinion, and you can take from what you need to progress yourself. And that's really what I'm doing. Talking to as many people as I can, seeing as many people coach as I can, building my own style, how I would see my team playing if I had a team. That's it's just taking bits and pieces from everyone. And I'm lucky in a way that I have contacts from playing time, and people that will give me their time, like Gary to introduce me to Tiernan, to then Tiernan to ask me to come along to Larne. Those things are invaluable for me on this journey that I'm on at the minute.
And I'm sure Northern Ireland fans will be wondering if you're going to be texting calling Michael O'Neill, because you had such a great relationship when you played under him. He seems like a man whose knowledge you'd love to tap into.
I don't really need to go and see Michael because I know most of his stuff anyway. But yeah, he's not too far from me. But again, it's this. It's the COVID thing. Otherwise, I would have been across in Stoke and kind of shadowing him a little bit and seeing if he does things differently at club level to international level. In terms of the detail and stuff, really, and because international level he had a lot of time to prepare. So when he came in, the game plan was nailed down perfectly and delivered to us, and all the information that you give us away from camp. Obviously, he's playing Saturday, Tuesday in the Championship, but listen, he's getting the results. Stoke are looking good this season. I kept them up last year easily in the end. So yeah, he's someone I will reach out to and can reach out to in the future.
What type of coaching philosophy do you think you'll have? Because I think it's, when you think back to maybe your early days, you can sit in rooms where managers go on about tactics and plans, and as a young player it can sometimes go over your head. So what way is your approach in terms of bringing the young players on board? Because obviously that's a different element to how an older pro who's now thinking about coaching might absorb the information they're being given.
Yeah, so the biggest thing I've probably learned so far is the personal relationships with the players. I think you have to connect with them on a kind of personal level to be able to know how they think and be able to teach them. There needs to be some sort of connection. You can stand there and you can preach how you want to play, and you can tell them to do this, tell them to do that, but is it really getting across to them without that connection? And I look at the top ones. We like Brendan's a local coach as well, and he's top of the Premier League at the minute. But people who watch Brendan and see Brendan is his biggest thing, although he's really good tactically and how he thinks about things, is his relationship with his players, and that's that's a big thing for me. That's a big thing for me at any level, whether it's under 10s where I'm coaching a wee lad and his mates and his team, or whether it be a senior session. You need to know the players, you need to know how they think, how they see it, because they've all got different opinions on football, and you need to get them to buy into what you're doing. So for me, that's the biggest thing I've learned so far as a coach.
And long term then, is the plan, you used that M word a little while ago, manager, is that the long term goal? You want to be a manager?
Possibly. The guys who I see as the top coaches in the world have been doing it for 20 years plus. I mean, I've been on this journey for 3 years now, and I'm 40, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. So if the opportunity came to do a more management style and have really good coaches around you, that might be the opportunity. It's kind of like what Steve Gerrard does at Rangers, where Michael Beale takes 90% of the coaching on the pitch, but he's coaching Stephen's ideas and his philosophies, and Stephen will do 10%, where he'll step in and he'll do what he needs to do, or he'll drive the session and things like that. So there's different ways to do it, but they do say you need to make a decision whether you want to be a coach or a manager. But listen, I've had coaches who are on the training pitch just coaching the whole time, and it's their way. And they have coaches who just run little drills for them, but they do all the tactical stuff. And at this point in time, I don't know, but hey, never rule anything out.
Exactly, never rule anything out. And just finally then, your A licence, you started it in the summer. Is that running to next summer then? What's the sort of next short-term goals for you?
Yeah, I'll run to next summer. So I've got a lot of the theory stuff done. Get the hours done. Get the times and the sessions all logged in. Get the practical assessment done, and then ready for part 2 next year, which is kind of more classroom based and online and learning. But I mean, part 2 of it's a lot of stuff I've done as a player for 20 years, so I could sit down now and just do the theory stuff and log it in. But to say it's a process, and you got to take the small steps to get to the end game.
There's no match for experience at the end of the day, Gareth. You've been there and done it ultimately.
Yeah, listen, because I took the steps and I've gone up through the levels and up through the leagues and stuff, and I know how I need it to progress and the detail and the different bits in that there. It's the same pathway for me for coaching. So hopefully I can end at the same place. I'll certainly give it a try.
And last thing from me, it must have been nice standing at Windsor Park the other night, even though it was a far reduced crowd, to hear a few Gareth McAuley chants coming in. Does it give you the old feelings back?
Oh yeah, massively. It was nearly a wee bit emotional, to be honest. If anything, it's playing for Northern Ireland that I miss the most. Compared to any club football, it was always special playing there. I went to the game last night on my press pass, and sat up in the balcony and watched them last night as well while I was here. If I didn't go and watch while I was here, I wouldn't be happy with myself.
You were far away, looked at Hughesy, where you save me here. Love that. Brilliant. Pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much, Gareth, for coming onto The Score.
Cheers. Listen, it's my pleasure.